What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Talk Talk Punch. I am Brody, joined by Tudong Dylan.
Hey!
And he's taller than Tom Cruise, Charlie.
Hey! True story.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. We here at Talk Talk Punch are building a wonderful little community, and we love interacting with you guys in the comments, so please remember to be kind as we're all just having some fun here. And while you're here, whether you're watching us on YouTube or listening in on the audio version of the podcast, make sure you go ahead and like, share, subscribe, okay? And then make sure you come back here every Wednesday to see what we're talking about. Kind of like this week's topic, we are ranking some Tom Cruise movies. We here at Talk Talk Punch love Tom Cruise. So we picked 10 of them, 10 that we are familiar with. So if you don't see your favorite Tom Cruise movie on there, sorry. This is just 10 that we picked. So we're ranking them in our typical ranking format.
Official Talk Talk Punch. Official rank.
This is the official Talk Talk Punch ranking, just as Tudong said it. So whatever we say here, it's cemented. It's there in cement.
In Talk Talk Punch history. And it will shock you, folks. It will shock you.
We have to. So whenever we do these, part of the rule is that we all have to have seen it, right? So we're not doing these ranking things on something that two of us have seen, or even just one of us has seen. So surprisingly hard to find 10 Tom Cruise films that all three of us had seen within a recent amount of time that we actually remembered them all.
That's the bigger thing. That's the bigger thing. There's a number of movies that these guys are like, Brody, you've seen this one though, or you've seen this one, right? And I'm like, I think I saw that 25 years ago. I don't think I remember a thing about it.
I'm excited to see the new Top Gun as well. We'll have to. That would be a good addition to this list, but alas, not meant to be. Not for this list.
So for this list, really if you haven't seen these before, we take these movies, and for our audio listeners, let me go ahead and read them out. We have Interview with a Vampire. We have Mission Impossible Fallout, because we only wanted one Mission Impossible on there. Otherwise, this would be ranking Mission Impossible movies. We're trying to branch out a little bit. We went with Legend, Jerry Maguire, Top Gun, the original, Live, Die, Repeat, / Edge of Tomorrow, depending on however you want that called, Rain Man, A Few Good Men, Minority Report, and Jack Reacher, the first one. So we are going to go through. We took all of these and we shuffled them up into our draw deck, and we're going to bring them out. We're going to place them on our little grid here. Just because we placed it initially does not mean that it's locked there. Things are going to get shuffled as we talk and argue, and Dylan is going to get upset at us and maybe say something
on his couch.
Really mean.
Hey, don't be glib, Dylan.
Whoa!
Be glib.
I have never said anything mean in my life ever in general. Let alone directed to both of you, because both of you are making me cry.
All right, let's get right into it. Let's get this thing going.
It's unconstitutional.
So we've got 10. So the first one we're doing, it's in no order. Like I said, it's all shuffled up. So if you see things come out in a random order, that's why. So number 10, or the first one that we're bringing out, not number 10. Hopefully not number 10. Minority Report.
No.
Not number 10.
Not number 10. Where's the gut reaction that you're getting for this?
I like this.
I'm thinking, just throwing it out there. Number 5.
I'm getting like 6, probably higher. I'm good with 5.
I was thinking 6, fine with 5.
All right.
For now.
Started out at 5. Next up, we have Top Gun, the original.
We're cooking.
This one's. I'm gonna put this one lower for my personal list. I don't know how you guys feel about the original and how well it's held up over the years.
Very few things top that volleyball scene. Let me tell you, folks.
It's true. That's fair.
It's a little slow though. We watched it about 2 years ago.
I thought that, like I said, the volleyball scene was great. I still have problems with the plot. It was really slow.
Yeah, my wife and I watched this about 2 years ago when this second movie was supposed to come out, and then it got pushed like 2 years or something like that. I don't know. It got pushed for a long time. But we rewatched this. And
I'm confused what it's about. I don't even know really.
He flies jets.
So mine can be low. Mine can be low. I didn't I said I didn't get it. I didn't understand.
So you say low. What are you talking? 7, 8?
I might put this like 8 or 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, well, you say 8 or 9. Where am I putting it? 8?
Let's do 8.
Let's do 8. Let's do 8. I feel good about that.
Edge of Tomorrow.
That does not.
All right, number 1.
Line up.
Number 1. Move on.
Number 1, really?
Number 1. Move it along.
Okay, we'll drop it there for now.
Yeah.
I really like that movie, so I'm okay with that. All right, Jerry Maguire.
Well, I'll be very honest.
Wait.
I like this. I thought Tom Cruise was unbelievable in this. I would have put this as my number 1 if I'm being honest.
I'm fine with Jerry Maguire being number 1 as well. I love Jerry Maguire, and that hits me in the sweet spot for a lot of different reasons. But this one can be 1, and you can move Edge of Tomorrow to 2, or we can put this at 2 and then argue it later.
This would. This is not.
Come on,
here it comes from Brode.
It's not my favorite, especially of this list. This would be low.
Nobody dies in it, so Brody's not into it.
Yeah, hey, I prefer action star Tom Cruise. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of action movies on this list I think that are better than Jerry Maguire.
Wow.
Oh, bro. That's a bold statement.
I'll tell you
His
what.
acting in it was
Brody is shoplifting the pootie right now.
I'll tell you what. Yep. I'll be okay with number 4 for now.
Wow. That is way too low, but I reserve the right to argue.
Put it at 3. Put it at 2 for right now.
This is why we shouldn't let him control. We shouldn't let him control the drop.
All right, fine. Number 3. I'll drop it at number 3, with potential for moving it down.
Wow.
I don't know about that. Charlie, make him cry. Tell him about your Jerry Maguire story. Make him cry.
Oh my goodness, I got too many Jerry Maguire stories.
All right, next up we have Rain Man. This is one that I haven't really seen in a long time.
This was a very surprising movie when it came out. I think just to see Tom Cruise in such a serious role and kind of like holding his own next to Dustin Hoffman, and sure. Kind of started developing a more between this, Born on 4th of July, and some of his kind of more dramatic work, started earning the reputation as actually just being a good actor and not just
Sure.
If you watch like his early '80s stuff, he's pretty it's pretty over the top. It's good.
Well, but a lot of people don't see is that Tom Cruise has actually worked with a lot of very almost legendary directors and very prominent as well, maybe even legendary actors. Paul Newman, he went out of his way
to
work
good
with these. Right? It's excellent. Brode hasn't really seen it. That's why it's not on the list. But I mean, like he sought out these really folks so that he could learn from the best. And I thought, and he held his own. And I thought, this is one of those periods where he was working opposite Dustin Hoffman towards the end of that period. And then he started kind of just branching out into his own kind of stuff. But I love the fact that he went and did that. And he's like, I'm working with the best. I'm going to learn from the best. And like I said, this is towards the end of him kind of doing that. And then him showing that he can hold his own with the best.
Okay, so where's this falling for you then?
I'd say 6, maybe.
I'm comfortable with that. 6.
I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, A Few Good Men.
This is a really good movie.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't. When people only hear about that, and that's all they really see. They don't see the absolute witty banter that is just prominent throughout the entire thing. I thought it was going to be a real downer of a movie. And, in some parts, hey, it's not like the most upbeat.
Yeah, it's a downer movie.
It is. It's a serious movie, but it has some excellent dialogue and some charismatic acting. This is him at his best, being that arrogant, like, I got all of this. I'm like that secret weapon. And he backs it up with every kind of a thing. And as cocky as he was, he also had that excellent, just scared. That part when he drinks the water right before he's going to actually question Jack Nicholson, and you see him kind of turn a bit pale. I was like, I can't believe he's doing that. That is so cool. It'd be right by Jerry Maguire. I'd put it at number 4. And if Jerry Maguire moved up, it would move up with it.
Charlie?
So fun fact. I know everyone was curious as to what the first scene I ever did in theater class in high school was, but it was with my old friend Chris Olson. She's fan of the podcast. She's awesome, and she had this idea. She's like, we should do a scene from A Few Good Men. I had not seen it. I didn't know what it was, and I still let me see if I can stick the landing here. Santiago died from asphyxiation brought on by acute lactic acidosis, which points to poisoning. Now, I'm not sure what any of that means, but it sounds pretty bad. Nice. Or something like that. And so it was a fun scene, and I got to use my hands a lot. So I put this in 4. It's great. The "you can't handle the truth" line is just such a common pop culture reference now.
It really is.
It's just like in everything, and it's fantastic. It still pops in my head when anybody's like, "You want the truth?
You can't handle the truth here."
Okay, next up we have Legend. Now I really like
obviously
Legend.
That's at number 2. I love Meg the Witch, played by the guy, not the guy who plays Q, but the guy who played one of the other captains or something like that. I think in Deep Space Nine. And he comes out, and he's like Tom Cruise. I love for some reason, she even says, she's like, "You're a fat little boy," and he's like, "You don't really mean to eat me, do you, ma'am?" He's just like, "Oh, but I do." Right, he chops her head clean off, and it wasn't even her. What was the guy's name? He played the cowboy in Inner Space.
I don't know
his name.
Okay, where's this fall? I don't think this is number 2.
5.
Bumping Minority Report down?
Yeah.
This might be number 10 for me, if I'm being honest.
Something's got to go in.
I'd say 7. 7.
I'm not
you
sure.
Always sound surprised anytime I give.
I'm curious. I'm curious, what you might put at 9 and 10. Actually, I can think of one that might be more 10 than this one. Now that I think about it, but we can put it at 7 and see what happens.
I mean, I really like it, but I don't think it's aged as well. It's a little cheesy.
Tim Curry as
Tim Curry's fantastic.
Tim Curry's really good.
Mia Sarah as Sarah. Oh, you're gonna put it at 7?
Where do you think? 7, 9?
We could put this at 8 and move Top Gun to 9. I'm fine with that.
I'd be okay with that.
I think I'd be okay.
I was okay with Top Gun.
All right. Not one.
Mia Sarah was Lily. She was good.
All right. Next up, we have Mission Impossible Fallout. This is my number 2.
Interesting. We're gonna have to have a discussion about this Edge of Tomorrow business, bro.
Are you not a fan?
So good.
Are you not a fan of Edge of Tomorrow?
No, I am.
Oh,
I'm a fan of it.
This could
just a fan of others more.
Mission Impossible Fallout could even be my number 1.
That's just because Jim Caviezel's in it.
Jim Caviezel's not in it.
Henry Cavill's in it. I always like calling him Jim Caviezel.
Well, I love the Mission Impossible franchise. Okay, so to me, this, because we're only putting one Mission Impossible movie, this is kind of like the franchise for me, and it's
culmination.
It's one of my favorite franchises going. I love the Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah, I think no particular order, Edge of Tomorrow, Jerry Maguire, and Mission Impossible are probably my top 3. I'll be fine walking out with really any order of those. Why don't we put it 2 for now and we can debate it?
All right. Next up, we have Jack Reacher. Now, I just watched this, and I liked it. It was like a Mission Impossible with less tech. He kind of knew everything, was the smartest guy, and he was really good at shooting guns. It's right up my alley as far as movies go. I think I'd be okay with 7, though, maybe. But then I know
I thought you would.
I know that there's more.
I thought you would put it at number 6 and move Rain Man to 7. That's what I thought you were gonna do.
Oh, I'd be okay with that.
I think Rayman's a better movie, like empirically. I think it's a better
Probably.
film. But if you ask me what I'd rather watch tonight, if I was
Well,
being
put it at
honest,
7. Put it at 7.
I'd probably rather watch Jack Reacher. It's really funny to kind of, because I had never heard of the books at all, and I just kind of missed all the backlash of people like over the character, and because he's supposed to be this huge hulking, indescribably superhuman kind of physique, and then they have like Tiny Tom coming out like, "What's up?"
Hey,
but he was great.
nothing wrong with a 5'7" guy playing a 6'7" guy. Bruce Lee was 5'7". I'm 5'7". Tom Cruise is 5'7". There's nothing wrong with 5'7". So we should put it at 7.
I'm fine with that. That's fine.
Number 7, or having Jack Reacher is 6 and Rain Man is 7.
Well, let's put it 7 for now, and then we can see how it feels.
Okay. All right. Last up, we have Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, 10, easy.
Obviously, number 1.
This is like Dylan's favorite all-time movie right here.
I'll be very honest. When I first saw this, I wasn't really into a lot of Tom Cruise movies. I, for some reason, had blanked out the fact that Tom Cruise starred in Legend. The last one I had seen was, in fact, Top Gun, and I didn't care for it quite a bit. And so, for some reason, I just didn't want to see a lot of Tom Cruise. So I missed a lot of his stuff as it came out. But I watched Interview with the Vampire, and after that, I read the books. I thought he was unbelievable in this movie. I thought that Brad Pitt was unbelievable. You see, their eyes were all abnormally light, and their skin was like marble. And Antonio Banderas was just like, this is the only real. He was unbelievable. Everybody was unbelievable, except for Kirsten Dunst,
He was great in this.
You expect that, even in her first premiere, kind of a thing.
She was good in this. She's a little kid. She was fine. She was a little kid.
She was good for herself, for her usual how she usually acts. This is probably her best role. Tell me a role that's better. Tell me one role that's better.
Spider-Man.
No. You're saying she was a good Mary Jane? Broad.
I didn't mind her, MJ.
Okay, so this is the first like big disagreement here, and it has nothing to do with Tom Cruise.
Okay,
I like Kirsten Dunst. I think she's great.
Yeah, I did too. I think I like Interview with Vampire more than I like Top Gun. I'd be okay dropping Top Gun to 10.
Let's drop Top Gun to 10, Legend to 9, Interview with the Vampire. How high up are we putting it, bro? I know Dylan wants it like top 3. Where are we putting it?
Dylan, where would this fall for you?
This would fall at all right, fine. If I had to put Jerry Maguire at 1 and Few Good Men at 2, I'd put it at number 3, if not number 1. I thought it was so well made. I thought the story was unbelievable. And just like from the books, they made it interesting. I loved it. I thought the acting, Tom Cruise. This is one of these that he actually just completely abandoned almost all Tom Cruise-isms. He didn't sound like himself. He barely looked like himself. And I absolutely loved it. I would put it at number 6. How about that? It should be at number 5.
I actually do really like Interview with a Vampire. So
yeah, me too. I'd be okay.
I'd be okay shifting a number of these. Oh.
Or the whole screen.
Or the whole screen, yeah. You're very reasonable. Apparently, it's so reasonable. You were going to shift the whole screen. I appreciate it.
Okay. Now, so this is kind of, I think, where I'm falling on Interview with a Vampire or Minority Report.
It's up to you guys. I've told you what I think.
Is A Few Good Men, Dylan wanted that lower. Is it too high?
A Few Good Men?
Dylan wanted to put that
I didn't want it lower. I wanted it higher.
Tell the truth,
I wanted A Few Good Men higher, not lower.
Tell the truth.
I'd be okay with A Few Good Men going lower.
You want me on that line. You need me on that line.
Right?
If you commit it falls in that category of like the movie is really, really good. But would I watch it tonight? And I probably would.
Okay. So
that was helpful. You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Then let's.
I was gonna say no, but then I thought about it like in the moment. I was like, actually, I kind of haven't seen that in a while. I wouldn't mind watching that again. Why don't we start from the top and let's work our way back to the middle?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
On Amazon Prime, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we feel about Live, Die, Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow as number 1? as our number
Dylan
one
hates it.
Tom Cruise movie?
Dylan hates it.
I don't know if that would be. I mean, I like that movie a lot. It's a great movie. Is it a legend like Jerry Maguire?
Or
is it a legend like
Impossible
Mission
Fallout?
Impossible Fallout?
Why don't we put Mission Impossible #1, because that I think we all agree on is fantastic, especially just if we're thinking of it as like a flagship for the franchise. Let's put that #1, and then Brody feels so strongly against Jerry Maguire. I guess we leave that 3. We put Edge of Tomorrow 2, and then Dylan and
the
I
real question for me
feel a little sad.
Is Interview 6 or 5?
I think that's the question that I have. I think I'm okay with Mission Impossible being #1, Edge of Tomorrow #2, Jerry Maguire 3, Few Good Men 4, and then I'm up in the air. I think I may edge on Minority Report being #5 and Interview being 6.
Oh, wow.
I think I might lean the opposite. I think I might lean Interview 5, Minority 6.
Okay. Well, I know Dylan would like it higher, so I'm okay with that. That's fine.
We as we've done some of these in the past, we talked like it's really, if you think of these more as tiers and less like rankings, like there's razor thin margins between these movies that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is probably actually top to bottom one of the closest of these that we've ever done. These are all good.
Yeah,
it's really true.
This was okay, so then Minority Report, and then are we happy with kind of the bottom section of Minority Report, Rain Man and Reacher, or Jack Reacher, and then Legend and Top Gun? You guys happy with that order right there? You want anything, Charlie? You look like you want something moved.
You know what? I don't know that it's too hard. It's fine. I think it's good.
No, what are you thinking?
No, I don't know. See, that's the thing. I don't know. It's like I feel torn about a lot of it, and I probably, depending on the day and my mood, I might shuffle this list completely around. Okay. But yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Respectful list.
Okay,
fine. It's one of those things where even
what would make it better, Charlie?
If we added The Color of Money in and we put that up in the top 3. That Martin Scorsese directing a young Tom Cruise, 1986, Paul Newman, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, small guest appearances by John Turturro and his beard, Forrest Whitaker in a very, very, very small role on Amazon Prime streaming. Treat yourself to a little 1986 Tommy Cruise with the hair. So much hair, straight up.
Oh, yeah.
This is Vinny.
Okay,
give us a shirt. Shirt that says Vince. So good.
We can do that only if we can add the other 7 Mission Impossible movies.
You know what? They're gonna get to 10, and we'll have to do a straight up Mission Impossible episode.
We will.
They'll get to 10.
I look forward to that.
He'll be like 85 and making Mission Impossibles, and he'll still be doing all his own stunts somehow.
He'll do his own stunts.
Just be jumping out of a helicopter, and then one day we'll get the news story that like 17 of his bones like shattered. But then he'll still do another Mission Impossible after.
He'll still do another one.
All right. So are you guys good with this list then? Are you guys good with this being the official Talk Punch Tom Cruise list?
Yes.
Tudong? Okay. All right. Then there it is. It is set in stone. It's on the internet, which means it's real.
And a lot of these are streaming. There's like a Tom Cruise renaissance happening now with the success of the box office success of Maverick. So you guys can find a lot of these on there. Also, I will say Night and Day is a fun little action adventure movie. That's on Peacock. You can check that out. The Firm, which we didn't talk about, you can find that on HBO Max. I mean, there's a lot of good Tommy available out there. Go get yourself some.
Yeah, it was hard to narrow down to 10. Okay, so the official rankings for our audio listeners as well. We have at number 10, Top Gun. At number 9, we have Legend. Number 8, Jack Reacher. Number 7, Rain Man. Number 6, Minority Report. Number 5, Interview with a Vampire. Number 4, A Few Good Men. Number 3, Jerry Maguire. Number 2, Live, Die, Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow. And number 1, Mission Impossible Fallout / Mission Impossible.
Jim Caviezel.
All of them. Not really. We had to pick one. We had to pick one. So this was it.
Brought up Henry Cavill once in Fallout. I'm shocked. Bro.
It has Henry Cavill, and he has an amazing mustache, and he does the really cool arm thing in the bathroom fight, which was amazing.
It was a really great fight scene.
I heard Nathan Fillion makes a cameo in the new Mission Impossible, so that'll be exciting.
I heard he's taking over the role of Ethan Hunt.
Hey. That's Nathan Fillion right there. He doesn't take over character.
I'm passing the torch to this guy who's like 5 years younger than me.
All right. You guys have anything else to add to this one?
It's good. It's a good list.
There's a scene in The Color of Money where Tom Cruise is just jumping up and down in a bed and giggling. And it's just so much like, and art imitating life. The famous scene of him on Ellen leaping up on his couch.
It was Oprah.
Oprah, excuse me. What an odd human being he is. What an odd religion he has. But hey, what a fun IMDb movie career he has.
He makes great movies.
He does make great movies. Very great movies.
Watch Interview. It's an excellent flick.
He was good at Magnolia too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Vanilla Sky.
I always skip through only his stuff.
Yeah, Vanilla Sky was good.
Sad one, scary.
That was weird. That was a weird movie.
It was weird. Eyes Wide Shut was another one we didn't get on here.
Right there.
I did not. That was my fault. I did not see Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, Charlie hasn't seen Eyes Wide Shut.
Sorry. That might be like one of the only Tom Cruise films I have not seen.
Stanley Kubrick.
Actually, you know what? Actually, can I confess something to you guys? I have never seen Days of Thunder. I don't know if I'm supposed to. It didn't appeal to me at the time.
I don't think.
And I feel like I've certainly missed the window now.
Well, until they come out with a sequel.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Weeks of Thunder.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap us up. Charlie, take us.
Well, you know what? We love a little Tommy Cruise here, and the only thing we love more than Tommy Cruise here is you. So let us know your favorite TC movies. Maybe some of the ones from our list. You could do your own top 10 version of the ones that we did. You could sprinkle in some of the new ones. Let us know if you guys liked the new Top Gun movie, Maverick. Let us know how you like that. Dylan says he's going to go see that soon. He's going to do a standalone review. He's going to flip his wig. It's going to be fantastic. Make sure you like and subscribe below the beard over there because he is a beautiful man, and that is a beautiful beard. So it's a wig, so he can pull it off. And if we get up to 200 subscribers, he's gonna pull the beard off. It's gonna be awesome. So like and subscribe,
and go watch some Tom Cruise movies.
You've never seen us very upset.
Yeah.
Bye.